Welcome back, everybody. Here's your coverage of the Dota 2 Championship League. I'm your host for the English live stream, TobiWan, coming to you from my wonderful studio here in Berlin, bringing you our last best-of-3 matchup for the night. We already had Alliance going up against EG, the two sister teams playing up against each other, and of course that result, if you want to know it, you'll have to check out the VODs for it later on, or you can check out your wonderful Dota 2 social networks, which are out there as well. But what we want to look at right now is our final game of the night. It is NaVi going up against Mousesports. Mousesports already with one win under their belt, 3 more games still yet to be played out, and NaVi, they're in a position right now which they never really wanted to be in. 2 losses to their name, 1 loss will, more than likely, high percentage chance, eliminate them from the Dota 2 Champions League. Let's jump ourselves over into our draft because it's already begun, and I can welcome in my co-caster for tonight. Now, he's already appeared tonight on the live stream as an interview after his game. It is from the Alliance team. It is Loda, man. It's a pleasure to have you casting with me again. It's been, what, since EMS 1 finals? And I'm pretty sure you've had more sleep since then. Did you mute yourself also on here when you muted yourself in game? Would be my question, Loda. Because if you're trying to speak, it's not coming through. He is here, by the way. We are connected. But he's just not talking. Lotus might have to look into a problem on his end. And get his microphone working. Awkward silence. Yeah. So,
oh, okay. Hello?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Hello. Yeah, I was talking to myself for a while there.
Oh, that had to be horrible. But welcome. Welcome anyway after that awkward silence.
Thank you. And you are right, I think, about us casting the last time at EMS.
Yeah, you've definitely had a lot more sleep. Like, what you had? I don't think you even slept before you cast with me that day.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I think it ended up okay either way. So I'll try to be at least as good. Hopefully, a little bit better.
Well, let's look at our game, man. So we'll have NaVi on the Radiant side to start with, Mousesports over on the Dire. NaVi starting off with ET and Batrider bans.
Yeah. I think that the bans from both teams are quite standard. I personally understand why Mouz would remove the Visage from the pool. And NaVi is one of those teams that uses that hero extremely well. At the same time, I think NaVi are quite happy with drafting Nyx or Lifestealer first pick, to be honest.
5 seconds remaining.
It's one of the heroes that they play absolutely the best with, and Host is one of the best, if not the best, Lifestealer in the world. So I think they're very confident picking it up. I'm not sure about Timbersaw right away, but we'll see.
Do you kind of feel like NaVi like to go for these very tanky lineups? Like, I remember when Kura was drafting when Puppy wasn't here, and we ended up having, it was a 4 strength and 1 healer lineup. And you had like DKs, Lifestealers, and a whole lot of other stuff. It was basically impossible to kill off. Do you kind of feel like NaVi likes to go for those kind of strats more often than like just the roaming ganking kind of things? Like, you guys have a little bit more fragile, like the CM and the Enchantress.
I don't know if I would really agree with that. I mean, usually I would see a NaVi lineup to be something like a Bounty Hunter off lane, a Chen, and then you have a Lifestealer maybe who's a bit tanky. But they do, lately though, they have seemed to play a lot with Timbersaw, for example, and he's very tanky on that off lane and can do a lot more. But the way they play with Lifestealer, I think, is very, very scary. And for us in Alliance, I would say that Lifestealer is a very common ban against them. And here you can see that the NaVi chooses to ban the Razor as well as the Bane. So 2 good counters to Nyx are already out of the game. But Doom is still there, of course. So
yeah. How's actually, like, you're picking up Doom this early on. I don't think there's many teams who would ever want to ban out the Doombringer against you, especially in the first 2. Like what is Crit trying to achieve with this early Doombringer pickup?
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I was thinking a bit about that myself, like, but that happens, and same thing happens to bans that way sometimes, that teams just bans as hero against that doesn't make any sense at all, but sometimes we pick it, but even if it wouldn't work in the lineup, they still ban it. I think they just really wanted to Doom, and I think that Doom is a hero that I think people are realizing more and more how strong that hero is. He can like completely destroy a team fight by, even if House will get like 6 stacked and it's an even game, he can just get doomed, and it would be ruined.
Yeah.
The whole fight, and it's huge. That spell, and the hero farms like a beast as well. So.
Yeah. I was always one of these guys that never 100% believed in Doom. Like, art style made me a semi-believer when he would go like this safe lane and the Vladimirs and Mech Rush on a safe lane Doombringer and just turn into this pushing kind of lineup. And then I saw Fear, who did it from the jungle. And he'd come out and he'd have Phase Boots as his first item. And he'd come out when he hit level 6 and normally gank up the middle lane. And then if that was successful, which normally it was because it's Doom, you'd go back in again, farm up, and then come out with a Shadow Blade. And then you're like looking around and like, then you have a Shadow Blade initiation. So you get the initial hit, normally to, like you can have your bonus aura, which you can get out from a pack leader's aura. And then you follow straight up with the Doom. And there's no time to react to the Doom because it's instant.
That hero is insane when you have the pack aura and you have the Vlad's aura as well. Like the damage you give to the team is insane.
Yeah.
And especially since Vlad's was buffed, so it stacks with Cuirass. I think it's very, very good.
Well,
you can see here that the Mousesports has picked up Maiden, who's also one of the absolutely the strongest supports in this version.
Do you still like her up against the Lifestealer though? Because obviously Lifestealer can break free.
Both. Yes and no. I mean, sure, Maiden is not so good against Lifestealer, but she's just such a good support in my opinion. Like at level 3, when you can have like one level on the aura and one in Nova, one in Bite. You're such a strong support on the safe lane. For example, if Timber is solo off lane, Maiden can actually harass him quite a bit, and they can set up some stuff there. She's extremely good in the dual lanes, and the aura, it does help a lot. And the mid hero is also always so thankful, and offlaner as well. But sure, you do have a point, and I think that we played Nyx against.
Yeah, you did multiple times.
Yeah, against Maiden in our game against EG, and then now that you mention it, it's very true. Lifestealer is very strong against Maiden, but you can think about the fact also that Rage has a long cooldown right now, which I actually kind of felt for the first time in this game against EG. I really felt that if you waste that Rage before the fight, you shouldn't really fight until it's up again. That's how I feel. It's so important for Lifestealer to have that.
Yeah, well, I saw you in your game. You had, when you got that Lincoln Sphere up and running, the second the Lincoln Sphere would go, you would just like pop the Rage almost instantly after, like just ensuring you were safe.
Yeah, that game was. I don't want to talk about that game.
Okay, we won't talk about that game. Miranda now pick up here from Mousesports, so we get their 4th hero.
I wonder if they're gonna go for aggressive.
You feel it's gonna be aggressive?
No, I'm just curious to see where this POTM is gonna go.
Because a lot of the runs I've been watching of late, like obviously we can use Sing Sing as probably the biggest prime example for runners of late. He keeps running it solo mid.
Yeah, but he's also one of the few players that I've seen that actually suits that hero perfectly as well. Like he actually hits a lot of those clutch arrows that if you don't hit those arrows, the hero fails. But I agree, it's very decent hero in mid. I don't like your last hit so much, but Starfall is great at farming with.
Yeah.
Which is good with runes.
Actually, I think you played Miranda in your first game of the D2CL. I remember because we were commenting about it because I think maybe you hit maybe 10-15% of your arrows, and every single time everyone's like, it's okay, he's just scouting. Okay,
yeah, but it's true. It's true. People underestimate the fact that, of course, sometimes you use,
10 seconds
but that depends what kind of player you are. I use arrow a lot for like scouting and as a carry player. It just makes it a lot safer for me. For scouting, and also like when you have this feeling that sometimes someone is there, if you're lucky with the arrow, you can do a lot. But Mirana is also here that if you hit one arrow, she's a bit like Enigma in that way. If you hit one clutch arrow, it can be game. Or if you hit one black hole, it will be game, even if you miss all the black holes. But Sing Sing is probably one of the best Miranas right now, I think. I think NaVi is just going to go for a classical safe lane, Lifestealer, Rubik, offlane Timbersaw, Enigma jungle, and then something with end image. looks like.
There's no real reason for them to go, and I think we always know this. Like, you know this. You played up against NaVi in so many LAN events in their best of threes. Whenever they start a draft for game number 1 of the best of 3, it's just a feeling draft. It's a comfort draft. Anything which is a comfortable hero they like to play, they just go for. It's like Rubik for Koro, Enigma for Puppey, Lifestealer for Vorst, Timbersaw for Funnick. These are stock standard as NaVi comes. Yeah. The only thing we're missing right now is the last hero for Dendi.
I wonder what it could be. It could be Puck is banned. It could be Queen of Pain. But,
yeah, but then you get the problems of the Doombringer, or
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually pick up like Invoker.
Invoker just got banned by Crit.
Yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. But are you trying to like just make more targets for the Doombringer to go?
Perhaps Night Stalker is a decent pick here.
Actually, NS wouldn't be too shabby, because then you at least have some way to try and slow down the Doom.
And then you have some of the pressure early game, so you can get away with the jungle Enigma. I think that I wonder if Mousesports are gonna jungle this Doom.
Yeah, it looks to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, it will probably work out quite evenly between the farm, but I mean...
This actually means, though, like...
Player coming up against NaVi, I just have to say, when you leave that Enigma to free farm, it's just so frustrating, because Papa will always get these annoying ganks off, and he will just use his black hole to make sure he gets a kill on S4 in mid or something like that. And he's just a very, very good Enigma player.
We're going to go Dendi Windrunner instead as the last one. And it's Unicorn on the Darkseer, and Cinderon's actually going to take the clockwork towards the middle lane. Which means Link plays one of his favorite heroes, so it's not going to be a solo mid. Probably should have said that a while ago too, that Link, he likes taking on that Mirana role, but in a number 1 position.
I'm a bit scared for Cinderon in this matchup. Personally, I feel that Windrunner is gonna control this lane quite easily, as long as Cinderon doesn't get any clutch cogs off early game. To just burn the mana and deal some damage, and then he's quite a good last hitter. But I think that then he should have the upper hand here.
Yeah. That head-to-head stat, which is also appearing up on the screen, that's when these two teams have actually attacked, like gone up against each other. But you have to also remember, this is actually the first time that this roster of Mousesports has gone up against this NaVi roster. This Mousesports lineup, ever since this Danish change, has not gone up against NaVi yet. The only one player which remains from the original NaVi roster is in fact Cinderon. He seems to be this guy that's always left behind.
Did you just say from the original NaVi roster?
30 seconds to battle.
I maybe just misheard.
No, maybe you did. No. From the original Mousesports roster.
But I have to say that I'm actually really impressed by the new mouse. I was really thinking about what team Cinderon could go for, because I knew that he really wanted to stay in the scene. And I'm very happy to see that he got a fully Danish team, and they seem to do quite well synergy-wise. It's gonna be interesting to see how far they can go.
It's kind of funny now that we're getting this emergence of teams which are all from one country after like WCG then abandons Dota. So there's actually now little to no use for all teams to be from one country, apart from obviously language and culture all being
it's just easier.
One. Yeah.
I think that international lineups obviously work since we have NaVi. We're a quite successful team. But I think that it's just easier to understand each other, and I think that's what Cinderon is aiming for.
But the communication in this middle lane, a little bit off there. I don't know if you're watching that, but Puppey was looking for some denials with his conversions, trying to help out Denny. Ended up not helping Matt at all, while Koro is being insanely over-aggressive, but at the same time he's throwing down that sentry wards. That's blocked up crits. I would say big camp, but because of the creep changes up too, he's already managed to pick up one of the big centaurs.
Yeah, well, wow, this sucks for crit now though.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, he's gonna get the Alpha Wolf here. But I don't know, he's gonna take a lot of damage if he has to do it, and this is Mud Golems. I think he's crying.
They did change up Mud Golems though recently.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Yeah, they reworked the Mud Golems in the recent patch. I can't remember exactly what it is, and I kind of want to look it up on my side screen, but I'm not game to right now because I still want to keep my eyes open filling for the first blood. Especially when you got Link as well as Ryze in this bottom lane. Like, up against Divorce, we know he can break free, but also look at Divorce. He hasn't put that second level in just yet. He's not quite sure if he wants to go for the open wounds or if he's going to require the rage. So he's waiting to see if he's going to get, like, frostbitten up.
Yeah. And it's interesting to see the lanes here that they decided to go for the bottom and made an aggressive.
This is that dual lane thing that's coming back again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very true, and it's funny. It works really well sometimes. Sometimes it's quite useless, but I think this POTM Maiden is quite good. Maiden will just stay back, play safe. POTM will always go for the harass, and she can always leap out.
There you go. There's your change log. So XP is reduced from 119 to 88. Yeah, he's crying. Even though they're like 2 less armor, he actually gets a lot less from them.
You see this? He's really having some issues here. I wonder if he's gonna suicide soon. Oh, the crit. His name. So.
Unicorn on this top lane. I'm a little bit concerned about him on this top lane too. He got 2 points up in the Whirling Death, so Funnick actually not going to go for that level up in the Timber Chain, but you see just how much damage he's able to dish out to Unicorn.
Yeah.
That was that last thing I was waiting for, just a quick Timber Chain, but he never leveled it up in time.
Timber is also one of those heroes. Very, very annoying to face on Funnick.
Well, it's like, how do you kill him? Oh, Dendy, a little bit of trouble, but Synderen, no, he's not. There's not enough mana for a battery assault, and Synderen's in too close, doesn't want to waste the bottle charges. So he backs up a little bit more. But he was able to get a cog in on Dendy. That in itself could have been an opening for him. But Dendy just refuses to let Synderen have any kind of advantage in this lane. You've got 11 for 3 up against 17 for 7, but Synderen's burning this bottle like no tomorrow.
Yeah, I think he's been doing quite okay, honestly. But I think that if... Oh my god, I was a bit afraid for that bird. It's two bottles flying. But we're probably gonna see Dendy getting more and more ahead.
Oh, bottom lane. There's your Malphite stun coming out from Puppey. Crit's gonna TP in here, but it's already too late. And now he's in trouble as well, because he's just gonna get stunned up. Arrow will fly up to at least get a revenge kill. But Puppey's got a full army of conversions down here. Link will go down to 150 life points. They lose the life stealer, but it's a 2-for-1 trade. And Enigma's the one who gets farm and now has 1,700 gold on that Enigma. Straight arcane boots.
Yeah, and I think he does that a lot.
He's going to go again.
Help his double lane.
I don't think they're going to get there in time, though. Malphite stun just keeps going with it. Yeah, Puppey will drop him down at least 50 life points. That'll force Link to walk back to base.
I'm not sure if they should swap their lanes right now. I don't know how well this Doom is working out. He's level 3 and his jungle is actually gonna start spawning better now. But I mean, I think it would be a better choice to send the POT on top right now. Maybe send down the Darks here and even duel in that. But at the same time, the Timber is very strong right now, so there's no way the Mirana can solo against him.
Got our Dota trivia time as well. So, guys, who has more competitive wins than Puppey on the Enigma in a competitive game? We're searching for a player's name. So, play at home. See if you can work it out.
Can I guess?
Yeah. We can have a bit of a gander. We help the viewers at home.
Can it be a Chinese team?
It can be anybody, worldwide, man. Worldwide.
Yeah, I would guess for ROTK. But I don't know why. I just saw him play Enigma so many times.
We're going to go bottom lane again. Malphite stun, Savorst. He's not really confident about going this. They're running a tri-lane on this long lane now to try and get some kind of confidence. And Kuro, well, there's a Frostbite available. He gets telekinesis though up on Ryze and drags him away. Mirana's arrow will still connect. The Divorce instantly goes for support versus support. He doesn't have level 6. The arrow from Link, it goes astray. And Divorce with phase boots runs himself back down past his own creep wave and away out to safety.
I think that would have been really good for Mouz if they were able to get that kill on Horse.
Look at Dendy. He's battling with Synderen, but the pings are come out saying, yo, Synderen, be careful about this. Arrow's going to fly up. Funnick will evade. Shackle. Oh, that could have lashed over the hill to the tree line. But Link able to pick up that Invis rune. Now Cogs. Synderen, you don't want to be part of that, man. Power shot as well as the Chakram.
That didn't go the way he wanted it to.
I think he planned to push Funnick away then, not drag him in.
Indeed, indeed. But that's just Timber. Like, that's such insane damage against strength heroes, since he sucks at stats.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, Puppey goes back into his farming. I cannot believe how farmed he actually is after those first 2 kills.
Smoke up, Dandy, Puppey, and Funnick smoking up towards bottom.
Well, they've got themselves a black hole with level 2 Shackle, and that's Rise. Caught in a tree, and then that tree gets destroyed after doing its job. Link's also going to try and get out of here. Puppey's in range for the Malefice, but then a leap away from Link just in time.
Yeah, they should almost be happy just losing the Maiden right there. Could have gone a lot worse.
The downside right now is because they've rotated so many players to bottom lane. Look at top lane. Kuro's just got all the space in the world to find his level 6 now. This is one of those things that I noticed. A lot of teams, teams that find this space.
Yeah.
When you got the control and then you suppose just get yourself out of, completely out of control.
I think that AUI or Pylai, those 2 players, they always go to that off lane to get some EXP.
I see EGM do that a lot as well.
Yeah, EGM, of course. I would never mention anyone on my team, but EGM, it will be everywhere to get some EXP and gold.
He's greedy as hell. What was it? I think Bruno quoted him at the last Star Ladder, where EGM says, if he gets an early tier 1 tower, then he'll go Orchid Rush or some key item rush at the very, very start. he just says, you know what, I got farm now, I may as well go full greed.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, it's quite often like that. But we will tell him sometimes if we...
It's just let us have some last hits, man.
Please get Mekken. Yeah. Yeah,
sometimes, arrow from Link, but he's not going to be ready for Koro. And Koro's got that level 2 arrow available now. So a nice little steal for him to have early on.
But NaVi has built up quite a good lead without any towers.
Are you going to commit to this? Are you going to commit to this? Yeah, he's going to commit to this. Of course, it's going to come in. The black hole for the Darkseer. There's still Surge available, and now Crit's going to make its way into the back from Unicorn, and Puppey's going to go down. They still have the army of conversions, but they're dying inside the fire as well as that Iron Shell. And then Puppey getting hooked in by Cinderin. Horvath getting hooked in by Cinderin, jumping in deep, hold him in with the cogs, and they even give an extra Iron Shell. So NaVi a little bit too over-aggressive on that one on the bottom.
Yeah, that was just a bit too greedy, I feel. Once you have a good early lead, sometimes you do this. I've seen Puppey do this before with Enigma, where he dives with the black hole.
Well, it's the old saying: if you get a kill, doesn't matter what level. If you can get a kill with a black hole, you do it. Dendi, Haste Rune. He didn't get the Shackle. He didn't manage to latch there. So Dendi with the Haste Rune is still going to back himself up. The good NaVi Courier flying in a staff at the same time. Arrow flies up. Link's too fast away. He also had Leap available if it was going to get too close to him.
Okay, that's good. You can see here on bottom, they're diving, they're dooming.
And they're going to get Horvath. Well, he can't rage up out this one, but at the same time, they're going to pick him off quickly. Dendi, haha! What a time to have the tree line get destroyed by the Vac from Darkseer, actually making it impossible for Dendi to get the Shackle, and then the power shot's also off target.
That's also a really, really good gank from Mouz right there. Oh, and look at top, Link is going.
Yeah, Mirana to take a fall. There was nothing Ryan's could have done about that either. Looks like Arrow was able to connect.
Yeah. This is a problem with POTM sometimes. If she gets a bad start, it's very, very hard for her to stand anywhere pretty much. She's not so strong in the laning phase, and a hero like Timber can pretty much just 1-on-2 POTM and Maiden.
Then he's getting that rather fast 4-staff his way. After already having his wands and buying into treads, TP's going to come top lane, however. In fact, it's going to be 2 TPs. Arrow connects on Cinderin. The second he arrives, he's still got his hook shot. It's in range for... Oh, wow. Puppey's conversions on the other side of the tree line. Body blocks up. Koro walks back into the arrow, however, and Puppey has to learn the Malefice. Funnick comes up close to the Starfall, back in again. Koro, one last Fade Bolt. It was the last thing he could do right then after he got hit up by the arrow. But Mousesports bring 5 players towards the top lane.
I also seems to go for a straight arm with this game. Sometimes he go for a Midas, even if he has a hard early game, but he just wants to fight.
Arrow going for a fish again. Puppey, Malefice on the Unicorn. That will only get able to connect, and then the Timber Chain away. Dendy looking for the shackle line, and he's going to almost find it. Unicorn and Link were pretty well close together just then. And then the power shot. Those cogs Synderen. It's going to bounce a Force back. He doesn't have mana now to rage, however. Actually, he does. He's got the 7 stick charges up his sleeve. They've already got one. Funnick jumping over the top with his Timber Chain. Mech comes in at a very nice time for Mousesports, but I doubt they're still looking to fight this. Or maybe they are. They actually still have Doom available. The only issue right now is if he uses it, it's probably going to get stolen by Koro. Conversions, and there's your shackle. It latches the one range creep at the back. Crit, he will go down before the Doom will trigger off. And Dendy, well, he's out of movement. There's a hook shot coming in from Synderen going through the Windrunner. And then into Puppey.
What was that? How can you even hook through someone?
You can hook around somebody. It does the damage on the way through them. And of course, it also got the bonus damage too because of the Iron Shell that was on Synderen. Koro, he's still back, but he can't stop that. He'll go down again and Link will get the double kill. But they're not finished yet. There's Horst inside of Timbersaw. They want to go in for a collateral kill, and they're going to find Rise. Timber Chain up, and then where's your open wounds? There it is. In fact, yeah, combining up with the Chakram, you just cannot run.
Well, I still think it was a quite okay fight for Mouz. I don't know. They got that initiate on Doom, and I thought that would make sure the Mouz would for sure lose the team fight, but it went quite fine. And now Doom has his mech up. He has Doom ready, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a team fight soon. But what is Darkseer going for?
Darkseer's arm choice looks to be mech. What? No, not again.
This happens too many times.
Yeah. Synderen gonna get picked up and thrown down, gonna stun over on Link. The arrow did connect on Koro, and Koro one last Fable again, but in comes Funnick. Sharkman's gonna be dragged back out again, and wow, that's a lot of damage to both Link and Unicorn. But with the Moran ultimate they can hide, they already managed to pick up Puppey as well, and Funnick's just got to keep walking away. Obviously with a haster, and he walks very, very fast, and of course sees Link for a moment, and now doomed up. Arrow, wow, okay, that's a little bit off target, and the cogs from Synderen in case of something.
But still, I'm surprised by how Mouz suddenly just got 3 kills. 3 very, very important kills. And it felt like they were kinda... I mean, they do have a quite strong team fight, but I think that NaVi is just underrating how the 5-on-5 power of them right now.
Yeah. I think you might be right, man. Like, even Puppey. Like, Puppey was there with 3 conversions, just standing Synderen down. The mid tower had like 100 or 150 life points. That was the reason why Puppey was there in the first place. Yeah. He just wanted to ensure that tower went down in their way. But obviously you take risks with that. But at the same time, now we see a Vorst. Even with everything that's been happening, he's a 2 for 4, and he still finishes Armlet around 14 minutes into this with the Phase Brutes up as well. So he's still finding his own stuff. If you actually look at the gold advantage, it's over 4,000 going the way of NaVi. They've taken 2 out of towers, though, which is obviously helping them out. But the experience advantage is level.
The thing is, they had pretty much this lead before they took the towers as well. That's why I feel that Mouz have done a really, really good job to not fall any further behind. But now we're going to see something happening top, and this poor Maiden, like, Rise.
It's a 0 for 6 Maiden now. Frostbite was stolen by Koro. And Synderen, whoa, Sin! Whoa, Sin! Yo, Sin! Not your fight! There's going to be Sharkum, there's arrows flying in, it will connect on Koro, and the mech charge from Crit kept Synderen a little bit longer, but there's your black hole to catch out 2 heroes. There's another Sharkum available from Funnick, the back up to Unicorn, but he's got no mana to cast the wall out, so Crit getting picked off by the power shot from Dendy. The Maleficent now going out from Puppey as well. Unicorn surges himself away. It's only a level 2, however, so another Sharkum for Funnick will slow Unicorn down enough that Dendy can then get that, yeah, they needed the vision. Shackle, power shot, and then it's... Koro, who actually saw the vacuum, dragging him in at the same time. So level 4 vacuum he got from the Darkseer. There's your respect to the team fight, man.
Yeah. I was about to say, when that gang actually happened, I was about to say that things like this are usually like when we get ganked in that way, where they go 4 or 5 heroes to gank, smoke, and then they get 1 Maiden who's already under leveled in the jungle. Then we're usually quite happy, actually. And I was about to say, that's quite okay for Mouz, and they can take a fight after this, but it didn't go their way.
No, that was... that was... So I'm not even quite sure what they were attempting to do. Like you lost the Crystal Maiden. Like, how's it even work? Does somebody meant to like just say, scream out and say, just let me die, play Left 4 Dead?
I think it would have been something like, Syndrome also missed his hook. I think that was...
Oh, they're in trouble.
Oh, look at top.
The shackle on Link. They got the power shot, the chakram, and then the whirling death into Timber Chain.
Yeah, it's so much damage. But that's also was gonna say that he was probably just calling that if he gets a hook off, bottom where arrow, Doom will run in, Doom the Enigma, and then they will win the team fight. Since he missed the hook, it was...
And look at Dendy's positioning too. They've got so many aggressive wards on this top that Denny's able to see absolutely everything. Oh, he's just a little bit too late for Rise. Couldn't get the shackle him, and now Frostbite over on Dendy. He's still got Windrunner available, and now will in fact use it. Force Staff's also there, and Syndrome's already started his battery assault. Funnick's not quite sure. Oh, almost backed up on the cliff. Not a real big problem for him, especially when he comes back down again into a 3-man whirling death and Chakram. They will lose the Rubik, but Denny's sitting in the back lines of that as well. Mousesports just got ripped royal by that Timbersaw.
Yeah, everything suddenly just went so bad for Mousesports, and that gang and failed team fight really cost them the game, I would say now. I think it's going to be very hard for them to get back into the game. We have a POTM with Facebook's Yasha, Bottle. I'm not sure how he's going to stand against the Lifestealer and Windrunner in late game. They also have the Doom, of course, but the farm is not really on their side, so
no.
This is looking very grim for Mouz.
I mean, you're starting to see, though, like those key items coming up from Funnick. He's now got his Bloodstone already up and running. The full drums for Revolt. Yeah, he's... all the key items are coming up. I think Puppy, in fact, he has enough money to actually... Wait, no, he can't have that already. No, Denny's almost finished up his Scythe Device. He's an ultimate orb away from finishing up his Scythe Device. He's going to take both the Mystic Staff as well as the Void Stone, but Pumpy has 2,700 gold. So either he can go straight up BKB, or even look towards a Blink Dagger.
Hey man, I mean, look, if they get a BKB on 2 heroes, and then they have the raid from Nags.
Latch in a Vorst, crit, time for ulti time. And they're going to bring down a Vorst here. Nothing will save him, and the only thing, a Scorched Earth that was stolen. Crit very quick to use that one. But looks like Funnick wants to try and fight this. He's running it through the rear right now. He's going to... Oh, the vac from Unicorn. It cancels off that Timber Chain. But no one's
But they don't
really
have so
ready.
much damage when they don't have the Doom to lock someone down.
Maybe that's the reason why Funnick's got the confidence here. Like he's walking in to a 4-man lineup here. And Puppy's going to make its way in as well. And Shackle on Crit and Syndrome. The power shot flies a little bit astray. I think it was meant for Crystal Maiden, if any of them, for more of them there. A Crit now going to pop off the mech. So most of the damage which was just dealt by NaVi is healed. And then on bottom lane we got Link split pushing. Is he waiting for that TP in before he arrows? No, it's a Vorst. He can't kill that one off. And now Koro, telekinesis on Crit. Pick him up, throw him back. There will be an arrow flying up too. That'll connect onto Funnick. Nice. So he's locked in here with the cogs and the stun. Forced to tank up the entire Starfall. Battery assaults. Dendy was having a look for a snipe off on Crit with the power shot. Not enough damage to finish that one. But a little bit further up, Unicorn chasing after Koro. He doesn't have another back in a moment. And then, well, point blank range arrow from Koro. Maleficent as well from Puppy. They both turn to try and keep Unicorn away. At the same time, there's a shackle. And looks like Denny will get his man. He does. He brings down the Doombringer. He's still got 4 stuff available. And he gets himself out of range of the CM ulti. And then in comes the Timbersaw. Again for the 3-man Chakram. It did destroy up the tree line, couldn't connect to the next set of trees. A little bit further over, Syndrome seems to be in a fight with the 2 supports of NaVi. Cogs up, holding Kuro there, but the Meg Charge keeps them all alive for NaVi. Syndrome trying to stay alive, but then the Fade Bot will finally drop him down.
Yeah, I think this game is quite over right now.
It does feel that way, man, but we look on the bright side at all times on the live stream.
Yeah, of course. I need to remember that. But the nice thing can also be mentioned that there was a nice arrow comboed with vacuum. That was how Funnick has stunned. Though perhaps otherwise Dendy would have gotten hit by the arrow, but I'm not sure.
Wasn't possible in the past to actually stop that kind of thing until they changed the Timber Chain.
Oh yeah?
Because now you can get interrupted halfway through, or you can get interrupted during the Timber Chain.
Yeah, I think that was a good change. Very good change.
it kind of like nerfed up Timbersaw, but at the same time it kind of feels like it balanced him properly.
Yeah, but he was really too strong before. And I mean, I think it was good that they... I can't even speak English right now. Increased the mana cost on the ults.
I would say it in Swedish, but I don't know how many people who are tuning in would actually understand it.
Yeah,
there's just that device for Windrunner. There's movement bottom lane. Oh, that's a long arrow. That looked like a 5-second one as well on Lifesteal. And they're going to use the Doombringer on this one. And ulti as well from Synderen. Bring on the commitment to kill off a boss.
They really hate Horst. But the thing is, he's not even the carry right now. And you think Dundee is stronger? I think that Sonic is going to be stronger soon. Nah, but...
Man, there you go right there. The farming. 21-14, the fastest ever 4-star and sight device on a Windrunner.
Now you can see how sad Horst is.
Let's take a little bit more fun in the middle lane. Funnick and Poppy will take out this top, this middle tier 2 tower. At the same time, Ryan's looking for a kill on Dendi. Windrun, then 4-star, then Koro, the Cogs, but then Unicorn. Gonna back him over, but he gets the Hex, and then back in. He returns it on for him, only if he had a wall. But Koro's rooming. This is what we're talking about during the draft. They are just so comfortable with this hero. And Koro, Battery Assault, Cindersley's gonna look for a revenge kill here, and he's gonna be successful. The one charges aren't enough to save him, and Funnick's just timber chaining himself away. Puppy still doesn't have this Necro book out to him. I don't know if he's just saving this for a rainy day. He's got a level 2 Necro book in his inventory, and the courier just left base.
POTM decided to go for a
they're going to get this. Frostbite, Dandy, Iron Shell damage. He's forced up away, and the CM ulti will stop him. At the same time, Synderen hook shots into Puppy, and with a level dead, there goes your wall. They want that damage to help pick him off, and Funnick, well, he got cancelled halfway through, and it looks like Lifestealer. Okay, just a jump in, out, looking for the infest damage. And who are they going to focus on? The call comes to go for crit. And then Timber Chain, well, that goes completely astray. That was meant for the close-in tree. Doesn't connect, though. He's got Timber Chain off cooldown, and he can jump back over towards the west. Back through Unicorn, a Force back in for the fight. Again going on Rise. Mr. 2 for 7. Surged away by the Darkseer. And now, well, yeah, all that work for nothing. Crit running around the tree line, and somehow Doom has come off cooldown after all this time. Back too far away. Koro actually stealing back again, telling him to pick up. He's frostbitten up and now backs back in, but there is no follow-up damage because he was the only player from NaVi left alive here. 23-22. We're at least going at 2 kills a minute here.
Yeah, that was once again a really good fight from Mouz in a situation where I think that they can't really win a team fight. But they have good engages with the clock hook and everything, and I think Synderen did a good job there stopping the Enigma with his hook cog, and then the rest just finish off Dendi. But I mean, I think you can notice a bit that NaVi is overextending a bit because they feel that they have control of this game, and that's pretty much the only reason why they're taking these fights, I would guess.
That's a dangerous thing to do. Like, obviously, they're going up against Mousesports and Dignitas. They're probably the 2 lower-ranked teams in this group, so they're going to feel pretty confident up against them. But this is also a team that, when you feel overconfident, you lose to people like Power Rangers and...
yeah, man, I mean, of course, we are a lot like NaVi in that way, that sometimes when we get the lead, we can easily throw a game because you just start playing around a bit more.
Yeah.
But I think that they should be able to have this game in a bag. The POTM, I don't know, is he going for Sangyasha and Maelstrom? Maybe it's a BKB.
Yeah, wait, so you were actually... Oh, wait, no. I remember this. It's actually a BKB because Link did this last time I cast him playing a Mirana. Because I remember he's just like, he had like 3 different items which weren't completed by the end of the game. That arrow, if it flew just a little bit later, could have actually got a 5-second stun up on Puppy.
I'm not sure Puppy should stay though. If they do a... No, never mind. If they do Mirana ulti initiate, I think they could pick him off.
Actually, just to talk about the SMY, because you are basically labeled as... They're going to try this again. Puppy moves up. You are basically labeled as the SMY player of the EU scene.
Yeah, I don't know.
But what makes it so legit? Puppy, okay, they're going first, straight in Doom. Does not care about cooldowns. Crit, you might want to think about the level debt. It's minimal damage, he knows. They want to use around ult, and now a level 3 Necro Book arrives for Puppy. Then he follows up with the Hex, and he gets a Shackle over on Crit. And Puppy is going to live. The arrow flies in and will send up Funnick, but the Sharkamori did the damage it was requiring. And they're going to catch out more. Horse, it's a trap. There's a blink on Koro. He got the open wounds on Rise, but Rise also, nice cogs in from Synderen, forces away. They're away to safety. Got blinks on both Darkseer as well as the Crystal Maiden. I'm pretty sure Mousesports are throwing all their eggs in one basket, and that's the contesting Roshan fight.
Yeah, and they want to take the really epic team fight. I understand that. I'm just a bit afraid of the Enigma. But actually Enigma didn't go for the BKB since the opponents have clock either way, so they could take a good team fight, I guess.
We get a Blink Dagger up and a Timber Saw for Funnick. This is a man who's got 5 Bloodstone charges, but he decides still Blink Dagger is the way to go. So what, we now have 4 Blinks on the field.
And now he's now going for the Roche. I think if they get that...
This is their time though. Synderen, he's got Hookshot up in 6 seconds, but they're on the wrong side of the map. They got to TP themselves down to that tier 2 tower. But this almost looks like a trade-off. They'll let it go. Rocket scouted it out, but it's too late.
Yeah. Could be okay to exchange Roche for a tower. But not if you throw away a kill on top of that, so...
They're going to lose the Doombringer. And the Vladimir's offering, man. You might slow him down enough that this tier 2 tower on the top lane can be taken by both Link as well as Unicorn. Also known as Link's Gold, sitting at 3,000 for him. Unicorn's going to TP back. And Rise blinks away to safety. That blinks directly in range of the Radiant Ward too. So
Dendy's following him.
Tree doesn't line. It's just a little bit too late for it and a little bit too far away from the back tree. But it's not going to stop Dendy from power shotting. But Rise turns for this one. Frostbite, is he going to be a man? No, he's not. He blinks away. But on the bottom lane, there's a blink in. It's actually a lifesteal, a combination blink with Funnick. Gives him a Bloodstone charge and gives them the kill over on Synderen. But at the same time, Link is now breaching the top base. But it looks like we're going to go for a trade-in. NaVi think they can push faster than a Mirana. And they're right. Unicorn, back. Didn't get a big wall straight away. But now that Doom, it's over on Pumps. There'll be no black hole for this one. And Avorst is finding deep inside the base. Frostbite's now going to go. And they got the kill on Avorst. It'll be the Aegis Immortal already going down. But then blink in by Funnick. The arrow flies again from Link. Unable to connect on anything. Going through, I don't know what's with the arrow. It seems to pass through bodies of people.
Yeah.
But there's your BKB for the Mirana. Back in again. Unicorn's still trying to make the most out of the end of this wall. And now he's doomed up. Kuro stole Doom and then takes back. The Sharkrum's down. Unicorn will lose his life right now. BKB has already been used by Link, but that damage from Avorst is very, very high. Synderen trying to keep Funnick out of the fight while a little bit deeper in. Now the Mirana ulti will go. Kuro backs back in and he got the wall off. Kuro will still go down though because the Frost Nova came out. Crew will get a double kill from this. And they're even going to pick up the Gem of True Sight. It's a 900 gold item sitting on the deck. And now with a Frostbite, the blink up from Rise, they're really keeping up with NaVi, but a Timber Chain away. He's got 190. He can also suicide himself, and he won't get it in time. Crystal Maiden does the nuke. The gem is still on the deck over here. Yeah, Synderen's pinging it out. They're not abandoning 900 gold. And the line's just been drawn. Push mid. Push mid.
I don't know what to say. I'm so surprised to see Mousesports take these fights over and over again. Once again, I feel that NaVi kind of overextended a bit in that fight. Could have taken it a bit safer, perhaps, with the lifesteal and the Aegis. But Mouz is just doing a really, really good job of fighting back. And this Blink Dagger seems to be working out, I guess. Even if they didn't really get a super nice combo off last game, but...
It's working for him. That last fight seemed like you got yourself a 3-man black hole, but you couldn't control it. The start of the fight, you lost the Aegis Immortal with Avorst being in very, very deep, and he was like separated from the rest of his team. Like
yeah, and also there was the wall in the way as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't such a great place to fight. I would say it was a really good clutch hook from Synderen there to stop the black hole. If he didn't, it would pretty much be over.
And now for our next item on Rise, Yule Scepter Blink Dagger for the Crystal Maiden. Walking around with 9 urn charges after that last fight as well. So she's basically got the mana, the movement speed, and now an extra disable up her sleeve too.
Yeah, the new version sometimes feels like easy mode, actually. Because of like the extra gold you get from tick and the extra gold you get from streaks.
That's right, because it was increased by 50%, the income, the base income, wasn't it?
Something like that. Was it from... Yeah, I don't know the exact numbers. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough. Or rather, it was a lot when you think about it, because it's every second. but also the streaks have some increased bounty, I think. So if you get these like Beyond Godlike or Monster Kill or something like this, it does a lot for the sports.
All right, yeah, I have the I have changelog as a reference at all times somewhere on my side. Your gold income is now 1 per 0.6 seconds, which is up from the 1 per 0.8 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, basically an increase of 25%.
I'm gonna see here both teams. Mouz is invested in Dandy. I think they just know that something is going on here and they want to predict the gank.
It's smoke time.
No!
It's smoke time.
Oh, they're gonna smoke as well?
Smoke on the courier. And there's also a javelin of a Vorst on that courier too. Problem is, though, we can't transfer it. So he's having to wait it out. Meanwhile, Funnick's pushing out the top lane. And this smoke hasn't been revealed. And the Necro units are walking for Puppey. The Necro units walk underneath. Oh, Kuro! He auto-attacked moved, and now they're still going to have an initiation over on Crit. Puppey wants the high ground. The back, the wall, where is it? We've already got, oh, there it goes. Doom bring us down before he can get his ulti off. The cogs, the back in again, the wall. It's dragging Link and Unicorn back up the hill. Timber chains in through Funnick. Vorst already got himself a double kill in this fight, and Unicorn, he's getting locked down. The Maleficent's making it so difficult to move. NaVi fight from inside the wall and still take a 3-1. Vorst, stop making copies of yourself.
Yeah, that was a great fight from NaVi. Even if Kuro hit that ward, and when I'm thinking about it, I'm not actually sure NaVi would have won that fight if it was a pure 5-on-5 fight. I think that Mouz had a very strong fighting lineup with their items right now, and Doom on top of that. But
this is just troublesome. Timber chain won't connect. Funnick went straight up towards that top lane and took out that tier 3 tower, and then jumps back down towards the middle lane, where there's no fortification. The buyback will come out from Synderen. If he hookshot Sin right now, like, he's not going to achieve anything. The rack's already gone. They cannot really allow for a double raxing, so it's now or never. Doom is available here for Crit. This time he's got to get it off. Oh, Synderen! Pulls the hook. And now they don't have their initiation anymore. Unless Link can find this arrow, but even then, he's so close, give me a short-range arrow.
Kuro is just waiting, he still has Blink and Vacuum. So he just wants to ruin this fight.
a Blink Vacuum into, well, you don't have a black hole. What you do have is a Blink in, and there's your back. The Chakram's going to be there, and a Vorst just starts damaging on Rise. He gets a very short duration ultimate off. But that's top ranks to be gone. And I think you're right, man. Mousesports are moving back into the well, where they know it's safe. Well, sort of safe.
And Link just hasn't had a good game with arrows this game.
Unicorn wants something here. Link with the BKB. They haven't used the Darkseer wall. With the Starfall, they will get the cool on Kuro. He gets a short-range arrow off. Not much control from that one. Hook shot again from Synderen goes AWOL, while Puppey's pushing out the middle lane. And they're asking to please bring down the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane so they can finally bring down the last set of racks. But Funnick, he's looking for a hit onto Link. He's got no real trees to play around with, and now they're just hunting Funnick on the top lane. Arrow flies, Funnick almost walked back into it. But he won't. But he'll have support. Puppey's back up towards the top lane. And they're hiding inside the base. But the bottom push is finally coming. Denny's down here, and look at Denny's build. He's got a full Daedalus in just a couple of moments' time.
And Broadsword, yeah. 700.
Puppey, Doom. That's one way to stop an Enigma from TPing out to safety. But in comes the rest of NaVi. They hex up on Synderen straight away, and Dendy looking to focus him down. Funnick again with that burst damage. Shiva's Guard will also trigger, chains himself away. He's looking for that last bit of damage to pick off Synderen, but now he's right next to Link as well as Unicorn. Iron Shell damage, arrow flies, but Funnick remains in the tree line, which now he destroys. And Frostbitten up, Timber chains away, and again Synderen! It was a melee creep this time around. They're going to back Funnick into the corner, so they will get the kill out on him. They should get there. He denies himself. After all that bloody work, he then denies himself.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Then he still needs this extra 600 gold before he can finish up his full Daedalus.
I feel that Mouz just kind of lacks the late game with his POTM. Sure, she has done a decent job in split pushing and such, but I just feel that this is the dangerous thing about picking POTM, and if you build her this way, she doesn't really do much impact. I mean, sure, she has a BKB, she can right-click someone. Yeah, I said that.
Shackle latched. Even though Rai's got the Yule Scepter, the arrow which was stolen by Rubik now connects, and in jumps Funnick. Rai's force-staffed away. Loses his entire hair as he dies off just then. Arrow will connect, and now actually go on to Kuro, and Crit, well, level dead. He's got a lot of damage there to Kuro, and Denny's also not feeling too healthy in this one. He's going to be careful. He's almost got enough for that full Daedalus. And Vorst now opens up on Crit. Denny will take the kill. Now he has his Daedalus and Synderen locked inside the cogs. There will be 4 staffs. There'll be leaps away. Link will survive. Vorst doesn't want him to, though. And the arrow will come out again. Connects on a creep, and that is all. Blink up by Funnick. BKB from Link. Link has to be used again. And Unicorn bashed up on the second tip by a Vorst. Puppy coming up as well. And that force up didn't get him in. And then Black Hole. Now Vacuum. But then the Shackle onto 2. Timber Chain through him as well. Puppy, for some reason, thinks a BKB fighting directly is a good idea.
Oh, I actually made it though. Or...
maybe not. A Voz comes in. Link gets the arrow, but there's a Shackle over on the Darkseer. Malivus stuns as well, and the Daedalus is now fully finished for Denny. He flew it in on the Courier instead, and the GG call will come out. This is game number 1, though, of the best of 3 between NaVi and Mousesports. But at least it's an entertaining bloodbath. Grand total of 75 kills in the 37 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I think it was quite a good game, and once again I have to say that Mouz did a really good job at fighting back when they were quite behind. They had more trouble fighting back when they were a bit more even though, but I still think... I mean, I think that NaVi pretty much got exactly what they wanted. And sure, if you're confident in your own draft, you shouldn't really be too scared of your opponent's draft, I guess, but I don't know. I felt that NaVi just got a bit too much that suits them so well, and the only reason that it was so even as it's looked to be, I think, is because NaVi actually did overextend quite a bit, and
yeah,
the focus wasn't really there. That's no flame against Mouz. Mouz has been beating a lot of teams, but in this game I feel it was quite one-sided, even if Mouz were able to fight back.
Yeah, well, we'll see how game number 2 goes. So, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back here in a couple of moments' time for game number 2, NaVi versus Mousesports, the Dota 2 Championship League.